Now I'm going to talk about concerts that I saw in Nassau Coliseum in the early 70s, after Zeppelin. Zeppelin played in 72 June. Right after that, there was Jethro Tull, Yes, tons of stuff. 73, I got to see T-Rex open for Three Dog Night, and that was a blast. To me, at that time, T-Rex were the full enchilada, and Three Dog Night was yesterday's freaking news, you know? They just really were. I always liked Three Dog Night. They had a lot of great singles, but I mean, live, come on. Not the most tremendous thing you ever saw live. But I understand at that time, one of the singers, Chuck Negrin, had a serious heroin problem. That sort of explains everything. There's photos of him from Santa Barbara Bowl, the Rose Bowl, where he's got a broken nose. And, you know, his nose is all taped up. And that's from, like, some kind of drugged out debauchery, like the night or a couple of nights beforehand. Getting back to what I saw, in 73 was a stellar year. But the end of 72, I saw Chicago when they were promoting the fifth album, which is a great record. Terry Kath, God, what a guitar player, man. And then I saw them again in 1975. They did a joint tour with the Beach Boys. And I can tell you, the floor of Madison Square Garden was rocking up and upside down. It really was like, you know, I was starting to fear for my life. I thought like the whole building was going to go down. It was just shaking up and down. And I'm saying to my friend Tommy, I was like, do you see this? Do you feel unsafe? Because I did. And he's like, no, it'll be fine. I was like, it doesn't feel like we're going to be fine. It feels like the building's going to collapse. I wasn't wrong to feel that way, but obviously it didn't. I don't know. I think they probably have suffered structural damage in the past from overly rambunctious rock and roll audiences. But God knows, I mean, certainly haven't seen some of the more rambunctious audiences because it was never my cup of tea. Going to see people like Ted Nugent or whatever, never my cup of tea. But, you know, I did see Deep Purple and, you know, Savoy Brown were on that bill. Let me get back to 73, though. Jethro Tull doing a passion play. Very fine show. I mean, you wouldn't think it if you don't love that album, but to hear it and see it live was kind of astounding. And Ian Anderson is such a great performer.